holidays, Libra. Welcome to your December. The first card here is the Nine of Cups, which is an excellent card to get as far as your focus. So in December, Libra, you're focused on having a good time. Nine of Cups is about wish fulfillment, getting what you want, having wishes fulfilled, but also celebrations, feeling emotionally satisfied and happy, and that your cups are full. You know, you couldn't possibly be happier. So that's your focus. That's what you're going to be trying to do throughout the month. Now, some of you may just be drinking a lot. You may be hitting the eggnog, and I feel like for a lot of you, there may be a lesson in that. For, well, some of you, not a lot of you, but there may be a lesson in that. Please do not get in a car in December. Maybe this is talking about New Year's Eve. If you're going to a New Year's Eve party and you have a lot to drink, please get an Uber or a taxi or have a designated driver. Because I feel like with this rune here, the rune of harsh lessons and, difficulties around that, it's like you'll be having a good time and then things take an abrupt change, do a complete, turnaround to the opposite. So please, what do they call that? A 360 if it turns all the way? No, 180. Things will do a complete 180 if you don't take precautions. So please do not drive if you cannot. If you're planning on drinking, make sure you have a way to get home. But other than that, I just see that you're focused on having a good time, kind of ending the year on a high note. I feel like for the most part, you're going to succeed. So as long as you heed that warning, yes, I do feel like you will succeed. There may be some gossip going on, and I don't know if it's about you, Libra. Gemini kind of had a similar theme. Seems to be some gossip going on among the family or among friends. Some of it may be directed at you or about you, or maybe about someone else, and you're just you don't believe it. It's like you don't believe what someone's saying about someone else. So this could be someone else's lesson that is kind of like, be careful what you wish for. They got something they really wanted, and it turned out to be all that glitters ain't gold, So yeah, there could be just some arguments and disagreements going on, or gossip about someone. You do have the Six of Cups in reverse. So I feel like when it comes to with the rune of family, older relatives, home, I feel like that this holiday season is going to be different from others. It's going to be different somehow from the way it's been in the past. There's kind of a break with tradition going on here. So there could be something different about it. Maybe an older relative passed away last year, and it's going to be the first year that, they're not there. Maybe that's why everybody's drinking a lot of eggnog. There's something different about it to where it's just not the same. I don't think for all of you, though, it's not going to be in a bad way. Maybe it's been kind of crappy. The last few years. And this year, everybody comes together, and it's really quite a nice time. It's really very, it feels good for everybody to get together. And I just feel like you can have a really nice holiday. Libra, whether or not the tradition is the same, really, if someone, unfortunately has passed, I feel like you're going to be forging new traditions, or, you will be talking a lot about this person or sharing stories or that kind of thing. And it'll bring the other members of the family a lot closer here. So yeah, some of you may be hosting at your home because we do have the rune of house. You may have relatives coming to your home, and for you guys, I feel like your wife or your partner is going to, you Libra guys, your partner is going to make this, quite a wonderful gathering. I feel like a lot of work going into the home, maybe fixing things up, decorating, getting things ready. So, and maybe before this was always at someone else's house. Maybe this is your first year hosting, or if you're going for the holidays, it's at someone else's home, and that's how it's different. So, it's okay. Whatever's different, the same is not always good, sometimes it's time for change. And, I feel like you'll adjust to this and it will actually turn out to be quite a nice time, quite a nice holiday. Some of you may be looking at real estate or property connected to a family member. Maybe something was willed to you or left in an estate. But it seems like for many of you, this wouldn't be the home that you grew up in or anything. Maybe it's just a vacation home or something that, you probably knew you were getting. I feel like this wouldn't be really a shock or a surprise for many of you. Maybe that's part of this Nine of Cups. Maybe you're left something and everybody else is kind of gossiping about it, or, kind of jealous that you're good fortune at being left this house or property. But, I kind of feel like maybe this person told you they were going to leave it to you before they passed. Or for some of you, maybe this was a female who passed, and I feel like she's going to be around. Whoever has passed will be around when you're all getting together over the holidays. And, this is going to become a new tradition. There's something, again, it's different for more than just the reason that someone's not there, maybe. And this will become a new tradition. Now, the help that's going to be available to you, you've got the Four of Wands in reverse. So, even in reverse, that's still a pretty good card. But in the help position, this means that you're going to be taking a break from structure or from anything that was kind of, we have to do things this way. Again, there's kind of a throwing caution to the wind about December for you, Libra, and just really kind of taking a break. And that's what they're recommending that you do. Just take a time out. I feel like some of you may be like, or you may be at the very front of December getting all this work done. If you're having people coming for the holidays and you're hosting, you get all the work done early, so then you do have some time to relax. Or maybe it's after the holiday, you have some time to take a time out. For many of you, it may very well be after the celebrations, when you are able to kind of take a break and just relax a little bit, rejuvenate somewhat. Now, what can't be changed here is the Seven of Cups, but in the reverse. So at some point in December, you're gonna have to kind of wake up from the daydream here and kind of face reality a little bit, Libra. There may be a situation that kind of demands your attention. It may have something to do with the Seven of Wands. So the Seven of Wands has to do with kind of having to defend yourself against naysayers, or, trying to take the higher ground, but at the same time, not putting up with anybody's crap. So maybe this is going back to this. Maybe these two situations are connected, where these people are, gossiping about you, jealous of maybe something that you've received, and trying to say that you didn't deserve it, or this or that, or that you didn't really get it, or, so I feel like, and you're in the right to do this with the Seven of Wands here. I feel like these people don't know what they're talking about. There's a lot of information that's hidden from them, things they didn't know, and they're kind of talking out of their rears here. They're talking about things that they have no business talking about, that they didn't know about, and you are going to set them straight. And I feel like you have the blessing of someone in spirit, and for those of you who haven't lost someone recently, if this is not connected to a will or anything being left to you, this has to do with your spirit guides kind of guiding you in what is the best thing to say, what's the best way to handle this, what's the best way to put the kibosh on this silliness and kind of get on with it. There's also something in December that maybe some of you, again, kind of this, be careful what you wish for kind of energy. Because again, the Nine of Cups is a fantastic card, but how many things when we actually get them are really what they were in our imagination, when we were just thinking about, it would be so nice if I could have this, or it would be so nice if I could find this soulmate or win the lottery or all these things. And then it happens. And then does it ever turn out to be as awesome as it is in our imagination? Well, no, because in our imagination, everything, we have control over everything and everyone else and the way things kind of play out. In reality, we do not. So for some of you, this could be getting a wish, getting a dream, which is fantastic. But then at the same time, you have to deal with the reality. You have to kind of come down out of the illusion or out of the fantasy of what your ideas around that were, the unrealistic ideas or the unrealistic visions. I feel like you'll have to deal with the hidden caveats and the hidden little things about any situation. I feel like you will. And you'll realize that you're not going to find out what all of them are in December, but they will kind of, be revealed as you need to deal with them. But you have a lot of protection around for this, a lot of protection and a lot of luck. Someone's going to Vegas, because I was just getting that. So that is going to be a very specific message for one or a few of you out there, probably one of you, going to Vegas for New Year's. And I mean, you could be very, very fortunate, if you are playing at the casinos. But I mean, if you're taking advantage of the free drinks, again, know when to know your limits and know when to call it quits, because you could kind of start to feel like, oh, I'll just keep going and I'll win more. Well, no, that could be when you start losing big. So just kind of, again, quit while you're ahead, but rein in the fantasy. Know when to stop. Know when to kind of pull things back down to reality. With these cups, though, I'm really feeling a sense, and the wands, I'm really feeling like this is a passionate, emotional month. And for the most part, kind of a dreamy, lackadaisical month. You're feeling very you're getting a break, I feel, from reality. So those of you who, have some time off from work, it's going to be, you really need that. You need a break from that. And I think you're going to enjoy that. The only really kibosh I see, or the only really trouble I see, is other people being jealous of you for some reason. And, you kind of maybe having to set some people straight on what you deserve, and that anything coming to you, any wish that you've been granted, you earned, or, you deserved, or you were supposed to get based on someone telling you they wanted you to have it. It could be as simple as that. So, but you do have a lot of protection and luck around you. Will be in the right place at the right time to make, I feel, at least one dream come true, Libra, in December. So that is what I see. Good luck and happy holidays again, and I'll see you back here in January.